Corrupt global health bureaucrats are not the only ones submitting to the will of Beijing. Democratic Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts, remember that name, has withdrawn his support for a resolution condemning China's communist government. Why would he do that? Well, because it would encourage the racist idea that China's dictatorship is worse than the Trump administration.
The resolution has caused division. The substance, which is not xenophobic at all, overshadowed by President Trump's divisive xenophobic attempts to deflect from his administration's abysmal response to this virus. I apologize for that, and I'm withdrawing my support for the resolution for that reason. I've been someone who's spoken in stark terms about racism in America and the dangerousness of Trump, and so the way the resolution has been used is unacceptable to me.
That guy's a total buffoon. Serving with him, a non-buffoon, that's for sure. Matt Gaetz represents the state of Florida, and we're happy to have him on tonight. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. It almost feels like he's speaking from a different century, talking about xenophobia and racism, like those are the problems with China. I mean, what planet is this guy on?
We saw the Democratic Party overhype the Russia threat. Now many are cozying up to China. Today's Democrats have become the pro-China party. I would suggest that China doesn't need an apology from Seth Moulton or access to bailouts through the economic relief package, which, by the way, many Chinese-controlled companies are going to be able to get. And they certainly don't need another bite at the supply chain. It was just this weekend that the propaganda arm of the Chinese government was bragging that their genetics experts had gotten fast-track approval from our FDA to send over coronavirus kits. So we need to do a lot more to re-domesticate that. I would suggest China needs a reckoning, not an apology.
Well, that's for sure. And we need a reckoning with the people like Madeleine Albright, the former Secretary of State who's gotten rich flacking for China, or Dianne Feinstein, who had a Chinese spy working for her, and by the way, got rich on the market crash. And I want to ask you about that. So the DOJ is now investigating whether Senator Burr, and I hope Senator Feinstein, used confidential reports to conduct insider trading ahead of the stock market crash. What do you think of this? Is this enough?
Social distancing is not going to be a sufficient penalty for Senator Burr in the United States Senate. He needs to be removed as the intelligence chairman. You think about the Gang of Eight, the group of people who review the most select intelligence in the world. That group now includes Adam Schiff, Richard Burr, and Nancy Pelosi, three of the lowest integrity people in the entire United States Congress. So I think Leader McConnell needs to take action here. And hey, maybe in the next relief bill, Americans can choose $1,200 or stock tips from Senator Burr and Senator Feinstein.
Well, so, I mean, I get that, they're partisan imperatives. Actually, I think North Carolina, the governor is required to appoint a Republican to replace him if he leaves anyway.
He is.
But why would McConnell, the top senator, why wouldn't he move to remove Burr from the committee chairmanship?
It's unbelievable to think that the committee chairman with oversight over the FBI is being investigated by the FBI. And before anyone draws a foolish parallel to President Trump, he was elected by the people to drain the swamp, whereas Senator Burr is the swamp. He's someone who appears to have used information for personal gain at public expense when he wasn't being honest with the people. And I am shocked that more Republicans are not saying this. Why is every Republican on Capitol Hill not joining me in this call to remove Senator Burr as the intelligence chairman? It makes us all look less credible when we tell the American people that he's the best we've got to review intelligence. It's foolish of us.
He liquidated his entire portfolio. He sold everything and then kept telling people all was well. The economy's strong. It's totally fine. He's a liar. Congressman, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.